thrust at the second National Leadership Dialogue Series, NLDS, organized by Nigerian Prize for Leadership. Key takeaways of the session is compiled in this report. Experts have said adopting transformational leadership as against the prevailing mindset of transactional leadership will facilitate effective and sustainable reforms in the nation. They stress that rethinking leadership in Nigeria requires a change of mindset with comprehensive and meaningful reorientation for both those in leadership positions and citizens. This was a thrust at the second National Leadership Dialogue Series, NLDS, organized by the Nigerian Prize for Leadership under the chairmanship of Professor Anya O. Anya in partnership with 19 other organizations, with the theme Rethinking Leadership, Competence, Governance and Impact on Society. The conference, which held via Zoom, had in attendance elder statesmen and women, academia, professionals, civil society members and young people. Speaking during the virtual conference, the Vice Chairman, Nigerian Prize for Leadership and former High Commissioner for Nigeria to the United Kingdom, Dr. Christopher Kolade, said that a leader must possess a proven sense of responsibility and must have the ability to communicate with people, both by speaking and especially by listening.
Leadership is not anybody's exclusive territory. We are all leaders. And please remember that we have learned leadership even from home. When you become a senior sibling or when you become a parent, you have to show leadership because there are people for whom you are responsible, people who follow you, who want to emulate what you do, and you have to show leadership. The other thing we also have to understand is that if you are leading people, which is what leaders do, you have to have people at the center of your focus. So all the systems we set up, where we have politics and we have technology, and all these things will fall flat if we do not take the interest of people as central to the whole thing. So I prefer to see leaders as people who must cater for the interests, the best interests of their stakeholders.
This was also corroborated by the founder, Center for Values in Leadership, Professor Pat Utomi, who stressed that central to leadership competence is problem solving. According to him, leaders solve problems to impact society positively, as yesterday's big problems have become today's routine because some leaders took responsibility and provided solutions at the material point of need.
Problems are solved by leaders. Today we take flying as routine. Yesterday's big problems are today's routine because of leaders. So it shows that leadership is a very, very important thing for mine. To be a leader at all, those two dimensions must be present, not either or. You have to have knowledge, and you have to have a sense of service.
Also speaking at the conference was the Executive Director, Leap Africa, Mr. Femi Taiwo, and Chief Executive Officer, Emerging Africa Capital Group, Mrs. Tony Sonny, representing women in management and business, WIMBIS, who stressed on the need for citizens to interrogate people's motives for seeking leadership positions. Such motives must be driven by a sense of purpose and the desire to create impact, not a mere hunger for power, greed, selfish and personal ambition.
I mean, one of the things that is very loud is that it's glaring that leadership is missing. So if we are counting on what all young people are saying through social media, through all the forms of media, and through the most prominent form of leadership in our country, that is very loud, the political leadership, then we are not being very intentional in how we want to raise young people as leaders.
Personally, I believe that a leader should be motivated by a sense of purpose and a very clear vision for where he or she wants to take the people being led to. A desire to have a positive impact in the lives and well-being of the most number of people that we can make an impact upon. And if that is our motivation for leadership, we are much more likely to succeed.
Executive Secretary NPL Dr. Ike Neliako, however, re-emphasized that the NLDS was initiated for the benefit of Nigerians as a strategic intervention that will play an indispensable role in the strengthening and elevating effort to build a consensus to genuinely address the leadership challenges in the nation.
In rethinking leadership in Nigeria, there is need to move from transactional leadership to transformational leadership. That's number one. Number two, there is need to understand that yesterday's big problems are today's routine for leaders.
We'll take a break and we're back with more stories. Stick around.